So welcome. Today we are going to discuss about the human brain. This is very important part of control and coordination in class 10. So dear students, in case of the human brain, it is the important part of central nervous system. That is the brain and the spinal cord. Now with the central nervous system, there is again another nervous system. It is called as the peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system, it includes the somatic neural system as well as it is also called as voluntary nervous system, and second one is the autonomous nervous system. Autonomous nervous system is divided into two again different parts, that is sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. What is the role of sympathetic nervous system? Sympathetic nervous system, it works during the flight or fight responses, particularly during the emergency situation. And this parasympathetic nervous system, it works during the rest condition or when you are in a relaxed mood, then it works. Parasympathetic nervous system. Now let us see about the peripheral nervous system. Which nerves are responsible for the transfer of messages? So in peripheral nervous system, first one is the spinal nerves. Spinal nerves carry message from the spinal cord to the different parts of the body. And about the cranial nerves, it carries message from the brain to the different parts of the body. And what about the visceral nerve? Visceral nerves, it carries messages from the internal organs of the body to the different parts of the body. Okay, internal organs inside your body. Okay, it may include the spinal nerves as well as cranial nerves. Now, dear students, regarding this chapter, some terms are here. These terms should be clear, particularly reflex action. What is the reflex action? It is an automatic response. What is automatic response? When you are getting any stimuli, you have to show the response to that particular stimuli. Okay, so automatic response to a particular stimuli, it is called as the reflex action. Now, how many types of reflex action may be there? Reflex action may be of long pathway or in a short, or it may be of shorter pathway. Okay, reflex act, it is the pathway in which the reflex travels from your sensory neurons to the motor neurons, or from receptors to the sensory neurons, then spinal cord to brain, and from brain to your motor neuron, and lastly effector. That part is shown in the reflex act. Now, dear students, what do you mean by the sensory neurons? Sensory neuron means they carry messages from the receptor to your spinal cord and the brain. Relay neuron, it coordinates between the spinal cord, it coordinates between the spinal nerves, that is sensory neuron and the motor neurons. Okay, you remember it. What is it? Relay neuron, it coordinates between your sensory neuron and motor neuron via spinal cord as well as brain. Please remember it. Then, dear students, let us see the first part of the central nervous system, that is the brain. Now, this brain is made up of three parts. First one is the forebrain, midbrain, and the hindbrain. Forebrain, it includes the cerebellum, thalamus, and hypothalamus. Okay, what is the role of cerebellum? Let us see. So, cerebellum, it is related to your thinking process. Okay, it is related to whatever you are thinking. It is related to your thought processes. And what about the thalamus? Thalamus, it is related to your temperature sense or heat sense or pain sense, whatever you are getting. Thalamus is doing that function. Okay. Hypothalamus, it is related to the secretion of the pituitary gland hormones. Okay. And hypothalamus particularly, it related to the thirst and that is thirst and your empty stomach when you are waiting for the food, then your hypothalamus will become functional. Okay. Now let us see the second part, that is midbrain. What is the role of midbrain? Midbrain, forebrain we have discussed midbrain. So in case of the midbrain, it is related to your sensory, that is particularly auditory functions, as well as the whatever you are seeing or watching, means optic nerves. Two functions are related to your midbrains. Okay. Another functions have not described in your NCERT textbook. Now let us see the very important part, that is third part is the hindbrain. What is the role of hindbrain? So hindbrain, it consists of three different parts, dear student: pons, medulla oblongata and cerebellum. Pons, it is related to the respiration as well as your sleeping cycle. Okay, it controls the sleeping cycle as well as respiration. What about the medulla oblongata? Medulla oblongata, it related, it controls the heartbeat, it controls the breathing rate, or it controls your blood pressure. Okay. The last part is cerebellum. Cerebellum, it controls the posture of your body. Is that clear? So let us see one by one again. Where do we find here? So pons, medulla oblongata and cerebellum. These are the three important parts of the hindbrain. Here is the middle brain and the forebrain. So how does the nerve tissue cause action? Lastly, let us see. When the electrical impulse travels from your neuron to the last, that is nerve endings, what happens? The chemicals are released like acetylcholine or other serotonin, and it reaches to the aid or receptor of the muscles, and later on muscles arrangement of the protein changes. Which proteins are present there? Actin or myosin protein are present. They changes their shape, and after the arrangement of this protein, the shape of your muscle also changes. In this way, the muscles get active during the transfer of the message or impulse. Okay. Thank you very much for your kind attention.